Have you ever heard of a battle that not only saved a nation's independence but also sent shockwaves across the entire world, inspiring freedom movements on multiple continents? This isn't just a story of war. It's a story of unity, strategy, and a spirit so powerful it's still celebrated today. This is the story of the Battle of Adwa. Imagine it's the late 19th century. The scramble for Africa is in full swing. European powers are carving up the continent, imposing colonial rule with overwhelming military force. Nearly every corner of Africa is falling under foreign domination. But there's one ancient empire, a beacon of sovereignty, that refuses to bow: Ethiopia. Italy, a relatively new European power, had its eyes set on building a colonial empire. They saw Ethiopia as a prime target. Through a series of treaties, particularly the controversial Treaty of Wuchel, Italy attempted to trick Ethiopia into becoming a protectorate. They thought they were dealing with just another tribal chiefdom. They were wrong. They were dealing with Emperor Menelik II and Empress Teitu, leaders of a nation with thousands of years of history and a fierce sense of pride. When Menelik discovered the deception in the Italian version of the treaty, which claimed Ethiopia as a protectorate, he was resolute. He declared, "The treaty is a lie." He and Empress Teitu began to mobilize. This wasn't just a call to arms for a regular army. It was a call to the entire nation. From every province, every village, people from all walks of life answered. Farmers, herders, nobles, and commoners, men and women, united under one cause: to defend their homeland. This massive, diverse force, numbering around 100,000, began a long, arduous march north to the mountains of Adwa. Leading this incredible mobilization was Empress Teitu. She wasn't just a background figure. She was a brilliant strategist and a fierce commander. She played a crucial role in planning the campaign and rallied her own army, leading from the front. Her intelligence and unwavering spirit were instrumental in uniting the various regional leaders and preparing the nation for the inevitable conflict. She was the heart and mind behind the resistance, just as Menelik was its symbol. On the other side, the Italian commander, General Oreste Baratieri, was feeling the pressure. He commanded a well-equipped, modern army, but he was overconfident and underestimated his opponent. He thought the Ethiopian forces were a disorganized rabble that would crumble at the first sign of modern artillery. Pushed by Rome to secure a quick and decisive victory, he made a fatal decision. On March 1, 1896, under the cover of night, he ordered his forces to advance into the treacherous mountainous terrain around Adwa, planning a surprise attack. But the surprise was on them. Ethiopian scouts, guided by their deep knowledge of the land, detected the Italian advance. Menelik and his generals, including the brilliant Ras Makanan and Ras Aliola, had set a trap. As the Italian columns got lost and separated in the complex valleys and hills, the Ethiopian forces, positioned on the high ground, unleashed their attack. The battle was ferocious, the roar of cannons mixed with the shouts of warriors. The Ethiopian soldiers, though many were armed with traditional weapons, fought with a courage that stunned the Italians. They used the terrain to their advantage, launching surprise attacks and overwhelming the technologically superior but disoriented Italian brigades one by one. Empress Teitu herself commanded a reserve of 10,000 men, directing artillery and ensuring the battle plan was executed flawlessly. By midday, the battle was over. The Italian army was not just defeated. It was decimated. It was a humiliating and absolute rout. The news of Adwa spread like wildfire. A European colonial army had been decisively crushed by an African force. It was unprecedented. It shattered the myth of European invincibility and proved that organized, unified African resistance could triumph. The victory at Adwa secured Ethiopia's sovereignty, making it the only African nation, alongside Liberia, to successfully resist European colonization during the scramble for Africa. But its impact went far, far beyond Ethiopia's borders. For people of African descent around the world, from the Caribbean to the United States, Adwa became a powerful symbol of Black pride, strength, and the dream of self-determination. It fueled the early Pan-Africanist movements and inspired future generations of freedom fighters and civil rights leaders. The spirit of Adwa became a rallying cry for anti-colonial struggles across the globe. So when we talk about the Battle of Adwa, we're not just remembering a military victory, we're celebrating a moment when a nation, united in purpose and led by visionary leaders like Emperor Menelik II and Empress Tebetl, stood against the tide of history and won. They fought for their land, their culture, and their freedom. And in doing so, they lit a torch of hope that would illuminate the path to independence for millions. The legacy of Adwa teaches us about the power of unity, the importance of strategic leadership, and the unbreakable spirit of a people determined to be free. It's a crucial chapter not just in Ethiopian or African history, but in world history. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video so more people can learn about the victory that changed the world. See you in the next one.